You don't lose your swing on the golf course. You lose your focus. And that sounds harmless, almost even obvious. But what if I told you the real reason your swing falls apart under pressure isn't that you forget what to do, it's that you start thinking too much about what to do. And the moment that happens, your swing stops being a motion and becomes a negotiation. On the range, you probably have one or two swing thoughts, maybe smooth tempo, stay down, turn through it, and it works. But then you get out onto the course, and suddenly it turns into 5 thoughts. Don't hit it right, don't chunk it, keep your head down, swing smooth, don't screw this up. And now something very different is happening. You're not swinging a golf club anymore. You're trying to manage outcomes mid-motion. And that's where inconsistency comes from. Not the swing, the overload of swing thoughts. Ask me how I know. Make sure you stick around until the end because we're going to fix it today. Let's lock this in. The range is quiet mentally, even if you don't realize it, because you're not reacting to consequences. So your swing thoughts stay simple, and simple swing thoughts produce simple swings. That creates something dangerous. You think your swing is repeatable, but what's actually repeatable is your mental simplicity. This is where the trust gap begins, because you start trusting the swing, the feel, the patterns, but you're not yet testing it under stress. Now step onto the first tee, same golfer, same physical ability, but now your brain changes the environment because suddenly there's a target that matters. There's risk, there's ego, there's memory of previous misses, and your brain reacts the only way it knows how. It adds swing thoughts, not because you want to, but because uncertainty creates noise. So instead of one thought, you get a flood of them. Don't slice it, stay smooth, don't overswing, hit the fairway, and here's the key moment. Your body cannot execute multiple instructions at full speed. So it starts interrupting itself mid-swing. That's when you feel rushed, stuck, disconnected, inconsistent, not because your swing changed, but because your swing thoughts did. Now here's where most golfers miss it. Swing thoughts aren't random. They're decisions in disguise. Every swing thought is actually a decision attempt. Don't hit it right. That's a decision to protect your miss. Stay smooth. The decision to avoid tension. Don't overswing. The decision to control power. Keep your head down. The decision to force contact. So what looks like thinking is actually micro decision overload. And that's where your trust gap shows up again. Because on the range, 1 or 2 clean thoughts is full commitment. On the course, multiple protective thoughts. That's partial commitment, constant correction, and correction kills distance. Not effort, not strength, interference. This is where instruction usually fails you. We've talked about it a bunch, and we'll keep talking about it because it's really important. They say just take your range swing to the course, but that's impossible because you're not trying to recreate a swing. You're trying to recreate a mental state. And under pressure, your brain will always try to protect you with swing thoughts. So the problem isn't technique, mechanics, sequencing. It's thought intrusion during execution, which means practice built around repetition alone never prepares you for thought pressure. So what do better golfers do to fix this? What do they do differently? They don't eliminate swing thoughts completely. They reduce them to 1 decision cue, not 5 thoughts, not mechanical instructions. 1 anchor, 1 feel, 1 tactic. Something like commit, fairway, target, swing wide. But here's the key. That cue is not instruction. It's permission to stop thinking. Because the goal is not to swing perfectly. It's to swing without interruption. That's how you close the trust gap. Fewer thoughts, clearer intention, uninterrupted motion, committed decision. So when I used to play in high school, I had a huge problem. I would think way too much on the course and I would fall apart. 1 bad hole and I was done. What I started doing, I stopped tracking my score so much. I started to just enjoy the game. And what that did for me, it freed me up. Something I do now, I'll play a song in my head. And basically, I'll have Take Me Home Country Road going. From the time I take my breath, I set myself up, I take a breath. That song's playing until I'm through the ball, until my shoulder pushes my head up to look to see where the ball went. That has really taken it so that I don't have these swing thoughts. I might think of one. I just went through a swing change where I'm trying to stay wider and make better contact. So I may think of that, but other than that, that's all. And that has really helped to drop my score. The best players don't have fewer swing thoughts because they know more. They have fewer swing thoughts because they trust that less needs to be managed. They don't try to steer the swing. They commit to it and let it happen. That's the difference. So what if you hit it to the right or the left? Recover on your next shot. That's golf. So next time you're on the first tee and you feel the swing thoughts stacking up, back off. Don't try to fix your swing. Don't add another thought. Don't ask, do I have my swing today? Just ask, am I still swinging or am I thinking my way through this? Ask, am I committing to one decision? Because the moment you start managing your swing, you stop actually swinging it. And that's what we fix next. If you haven't watched the rest of the Full Bag Framework series, go watch that next. It's popping up now because that's where this system starts. And comment questions down below, and we'll work on answering them on our next live. Remember, our goal is to help you in 2026 so that we can all play better, have more fun, and love the game again. See you next time.